Hello, me handsome. So today we're going to review the most recent trip we had. Now you would have hopefully seen the videos. We went to the Fat Duck for our 3-year wedding anniversary. The thought case behind it was, instead of going for anniversary lunch, birthday lunch and another birthday lunch, we'll sum it all up into one big one, and then for our birthdays we'll do something much smaller, maybe day out or something like that somewhere. So we took the 3.5 hour drive each way to Bray, just above Reading, to try the Fat Duck, the world famous Fat Duck. Now you would have seen, hopefully, like I say, the videos I previously posted where we actually went to it. What's my honest opinion of it? Well, it is simply outstandingly, mind-bogglingly amazing in the fact that nothing is real there. I'll pick out, we had a cheese course, cheese and grapes it was called. It wasn't cheese, the cheese wasn't cheese, I can't eat cheese. It wasn't cheese. It was sort of nuts and truffles and all this made into a semi-Fredo, which looked like cheese, but it wasn't cheese. Even the grapes, there was like 6 of them, only one of them was actually a grape. Everything else was just something different, a puree, a gel, another fruit that looks like a grape. Everything just blew your mind. Now obviously the meal was expensive, but I would say it's 100% worth it if you're like myself, a big foodie, and you kind of have the right mind for these kind of things. It was incredible. Like I say, everything blew our mind. However, I say everything blew our mind. Everything did blow our minds to an extent, but we didn't like everything. Now there was a few dishes we weren't massive fans of. We liked what they were, but we didn't like the dishes overall. For a start, the crab and passion fruit ice cream. Now what I will say about the Fat Duck is everything there flavour wise is 10 up to 11. So if you're having a lamb dish, the lamb is mega lammy, packed with flavour, which we did, and it was a really nice dish. If you're having red cabbage gazpacho, it was punching with red cabbage flavour. It was fantastic, and it tastes like it. Now you will come to some ingredients you don't like, and to be fair, they ask us you at the start, is there anything you can't have, anything you don't like? And we just sort of said, I can't have cheese, or I can't have cucumber, and then we built off that, and we just thought we'll give everything else a go, because why not? We came to the crab and passion fruit ice cream, which we did not like at all. It was brown crab ice cream. We don't like brown crab. We thought, we'll try it, it's going to be 3 Michelin star, it's going to be good, but we didn't like it, because like I say, that crab flavour was turned up to 11, and it wasn't really for us, so we weren't the biggest fan of that. Passion fruit side of it was really nice. It mellowed the really strong fishy flavour out really well. Next there was the Sound of the Sea, which again was a very fishy flavour, and I think I've come to the conclusion more recently I'm not a big fishy fan. I enjoy my cooked fish, hake, cod, halibut, coley, stuff like that. I really enjoy that kind of fish. But when it's a very fishy fish, your mackerels, stuff like that, I do struggle with it. Now, to be fair, this was halibut in the Sound of the Sea, but it was cured, and it had that very intense fishy flavour, which I'm not a fan of. So there was that. So it's definitely worth having a good little understanding of it if you're going to be paying all this money to try the food. Doesn't take away from it, because there were some absolutely outstanding dishes. The lamb dish, which I mentioned, it was sort of lamb, grilled cucumber, and smoked caviar sauce. Unbelievable. The point where you didn't even have to cut the lamb, you just put it in your mouth and it just melted. It was unbelievable. And then we had the good night dish, which is one of the best dishes I've ever seen in my life. Everything was so immersive about it. You put a face mask on, then they left you there for a couple of minutes, so it really relaxed you, because you have that sensory deprivation of light. And then suddenly this music starts playing, and they tell you to take the mask off, and your dish is in front of you. There's a pillow floating in front of you with food on it. It's just unbelievable. And a credit to the staff. I think the staff there, unbelievably knowledgeable, professional, friendly. They were talkative. I had this camera. One of the guys was like, I've got a very similar camera. What do you do with it? And just showed a general interest, which was really nice to see. Yeah, it was just amazing, and this dish was incredible, and I would strongly recommend watching my previous video just so you see a good part of this dish. And we got our friend Mandy to play a bit of Pure Imagination from the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory film to go along with it, and it just worked very well with that moment. The only way I can really describe Heston Blumenthal is as Willy Wonka. He absolute genius when it comes to this stuff, and it's one of the big inspirations why I got into food. I remember when I went to the college, did my application to do catering, I was asked there who is that one chef that I really look up to, and I said Heston, and they actually said we've not had that one yet. Most of the time people say Gordon Ramsay, Jamie Oliver, etc. like that, but mine was Heston. It was a way you look at food, make it outstanding, but then just do something a little bit different to wow people, because food on its own is wow, and you know, I've always been a big fan of keep it simple, but when you make it complex, and he just has such a mind for these things, it's just incredible. And long may the restaurant continue. Overall, I'd highly recommend going. It was an unbelievable experience, once in a lifetime thing. We'll probably never do anything like it again. If we win the lottery, we might go a linear somewhere like that and do it in Chicago. But yeah, it was incredible. I'd strongly recommend going to the Fat Duck. Watch my previous videos. I did a very short video of just some pictures of the food, and then I did the full day out video where we travelled up, we went and we finished. I'd recommend having a little look at them just so you can kind of get an understanding of what happens. Now, we did go for the 30th anniversary meal, to be fair, so this menu might not be on forever, but like I'd say, I'd highly recommend going to it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little chat, the review, the previous videos. I'm hoping to do a lot more kind of restaurant reviews, especially when it comes to these big ones. And yeah, we'll look forward to seeing you on the channel again soon. Ta for now. Take care. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll see you again real soon.